Hey everyone, my name is Lakia McLean, and this is my final presentation for Intro to Black Psych. So the three theories I'll be talking about today is the Vygotsky social cognitive theory, self-efficacy theory, social disorganization theory, and how they can be applied to education. I just wanted to talk about how they can be used in order to get African Americans to be interested and successful in school. Because being African Americans, I know that there's a lot of stereotypes against us, and I know that we have one of the highest dropout rates, especially for youth. So the first theory is the social cognitive theory, which states that culture shapes the content of a child's cognition, which is how a child thinks, what a child thinks, and the process of cognition, which is how a child thinks. And then we have the self-efficacy theory, which says that this theory is concerned with whether people can exert control over their motivation, behavior, and social environment. And then we have the social disorganization theory. This theory states that criminality is linked to limitations in community social resources and a capacity to meet the needs of its residents. So first I'm going to talk about how social cognitive theory can be used in order to reduce students not wanting to come to school. The first way is by modeling behavior and attitudes that desire students to learn. By encouragement, make students aware that good deeds have rewards and bad decisions have consequences, and help students to recognize their emotions. The first way, again, is modeling behavior and attitude, which means just showing enthusiasm, showing students that their school can be fun and they can use it as an escape from whatever they have going on, and that it's a comfort zone. Let them know that it's a climate of trust and that you will never, ever take a side in the classroom. Allowing them to know that they can feel comfortable in the classroom, which is another reason why students will want to come to class. And then we have make students aware that good deeds have rewards, and bad decisions have consequences. Social cognitive theory suggests that reinforcement and punishment affect learners' motivation rather than directly causing behavior. So we never want to discriminate when a child is being punished or rewarded. We want them to know that we're trying to create expectations by rewarding people. And when students see that their peers are being rewarded for their actions and consequences, they are more likely to continue the behavior that they learn. And then we have encouragement. Teach students the importance of encouraging each other. Nothing is more important than a student telling another student they are proud of them. Always be fair so that they understand the importance of their actions. And then we have help students recognize their emotions. Share your emotions, allowing the students to do the same by writing their feelings down. Help them to recognize that their emotions, help them recognize their emotion by talking to them about it and teaching them how to deal with them. This just goes back to creating a climate of trust. By you sharing something personal about you or making them feel welcome and loved, this just, again, gives them another reason to break these stereotypes and to come to class and be successful. And then we have self-efficacy theory in education. Perception of self-efficacy influences people's choice and beliefs in themselves. A person has to believe in themselves in order to perform certain tasks. For example, if a principal tells a student they won't succeed, the student will become discouraged and believe that this is true. But this is so important and goes back to celebrate successes big and small. Use peer modeling and set goals and monitor them. By celebrating student successes, you push a child to succeed again. When students see other peers completing tasks, it also encourages them because they feel as though they can't reach the level of achievement teachers may want. Sometimes students will take to teachers before their peers, or sometimes they'll take to their peers before students. So we have to let them know that whoever they go to, they're going to feel encouraged by them, and that they'll be able to meet whatever needs that the student requires of them or that the teacher requires of them. And then we have to use peer modeling, which is just using peers as leaders. Of course, anybody can be a leader. The principal, teachers, parents, any kind of educator, guidance counselors, pastors can be, they could all be models, role models. But being leaders in the education wise, being leaders, it's important to use other students to work with the students who are struggling, to show them that they're not struggling alone and that they'll help them get through it. And then we have to set goals and monitor them. Goals allow students to focus on outcomes rather than their failures. This helps students to stay motivated and build their academic self-efficacy, showing they can achieve anything in school, which is also known as modeling self-regulation. And then next, we have the social disorganization in education. Reaching out to the community, family, and community involvement is positively associated with students' achievement. Social disorganization has been associated with low academic performance in children. When children are more involved in their community, they are less likely to engage in criminal activity, especially in neighborhoods that are more subjected to poverty. Children are able to learn better when parents are interested in their school life. Because when children are interested in their school life, they want to go home and they want to show parents their grades, and they want parents to be involved in their school life. And just reaching out to the community, it helps to it's associated with student achievement, because when it takes a village to raise a family. And that just goes back to saying, like, when your community is involved in how you're achieving at school, it makes you want to go to school. It makes you proud to go home and say, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm doing that. Therefore, helping the achievement gap to rise. Because as African Americans, communities are against us. Like, if we live in low poverty homes, we're more likely to suffer more. We're more likely to have dropout rates because we have to go home and we have to take care of our families. And this is just saying, like, when our community is involved in our school life, we are more prone to staying off the streets. We're more prone to going to school because there's people out there watching out for us, or we just have people to support us. So we don't have to be involved in the streets. We can go to school. We can get our education. And lastly, I just want to talk about how all these theories work. How do these theories work together to better benefit the African American community in education? These theories work together to better benefit African American communities in education, because throughout each theory, we can see how different role models, such as peers, teachers, civic leaders, pastors, even that principal who told that student that they wasn't ever going to succeed, can help break stereotypes by helping students push to achieve greater and better. Therefore, breaking the stereotypes that have been put on us as African Americans, reducing crime rates, dropout rates, retention rates, and death rates. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Have a great day.